so that she had to roam the streets.
I start to wonder what his story might be. Secretly, I think me wants you all to kick off. I thought 1,000 million things that I could never think this morning. He thinks it's alright to act like a dickhead, don't you know? And her friends think he's fit. I know you thought she was different, and you thought she was nice. Your thoughts pairing up with mine. We think that you ought to, as well as you think, and you think that it ought to act as the perfect disguise.
This thought comes closely followed by the fear, and the force of it makes you feel a bit ill. And I wonder if you want it at all. And you think she's the one, think that Christopher Columbus.
All the force that I just said, she's thinking he looks different today. And I wonder, I imagine that he's there on a plate. I think you should know you're his favorite worst nightmare. He's nearing the brink, but he thinks first he can't think why. Struggling to think of an immediate response. It wasn't all that you thought it was.
The knife twists at the thought that I should fall short of the mark.
Always think how your pathetic set.
You wonder where she is.
Only adds intrigue to the cauldron of thought. I can't imagine that you mind at all.
While I wait, I think about you. And my thoughts got rude as you talked and chewed. Said you're mistaken if you're thinking that I haven't been called cold before. The thoughts will soon revert to you, but you'd have to think she'd care. We really ought to think it through. I thought I saw you in the battleship. I thought I saw you in the rusty hook. I thought I saw you in the parrot's beak. I'm beginning to think I imagined you all along. I thought she might understand.
Split sleep, reap through walls from ill-fitting thoughts.
Fiendish wonder in the carnival's wake. You think excitement has receded. You thought you'd never get obsessed. You thought the wolves would be impressed.
Just think of what he's capable of with his kiss. Dread to think if he got you on your own.
I'm trying to think of something colorful. I thought I heard them talking in their sleep. I took the batteries out my mysticism and put them in my thinking cap. 'Cause you thought it looked like fun. Now I'm stuck still wondering how it's meant to be. Do you still feel younger than you thought you would by now? And do you still think love is a razor quest? Now I can't think of air without thinking of you. And I can't think of anything to dream about. How I often wonder where you are.
Trying to think of ways to make her mine. 'Cause there's this tune I found that makes me think of you somehow.
Never thought I'd call and run. You like you, now I thought it through.
Been wondering if your heart's still open, and if so, I wanna know what time it should. I thought it was dark outside. I thought it was dark outside. I've been wondering whether later when you tell everybody to go. So you're on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not. And I thought I was yours forever, but I just cannot manage to make it through the day without thinking of you lately. And as I arrived, I thought I saw you leaving, incapable of making alright decisions and having bad ideas. And I can't see you here, wonder where am I? And I thought you might be mine, that you always thought didn't approve. I harder to hide than I thought. Think we both ought to put them on hold, and I know you agree.
You thought that you could forget Bear with me, man, I lost my train of thought. I fantasize, I call it quits. Or maybe I just imagined it all. And I never thought this magical thinking. I fantasize about you too. Forward thinking. Every whimsical thought that enters my mind. Rethinking. I might look as if I'm deep in thought. I ain't quite where I think I am. Whilst wondering if your mother still ever thinks of me. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. And if you're thinking of me, I'm probably thinking of you. Thinking about how funny I must look. I had big ideas, the band was so exciting. I'll admit it's elaborate for a waking thought.